Welcome to Cultura Latina. This week we'll travel to Quito, where an alternative cinema space is growing avid audiences. And also we'll hear a taste of a Mexican bagpipe band honoring a history of fraternity and solidarity through ancient Celtic tones. Follow the music. Admire the art. Place yourself inside historic architecture. Every week here on Telesur English. Welcome to Cultura Latina. The St. Patrick's Battalion Pipes and Drums is a Mexican bagpipe band founded to honor traditional Scottish music and bring it to Latin audiences as a reflection of the cultural mixture in the region.
My name is Rafael Gutierrez. I'm from Mexico City originally. I grew up in the United States and had a lot of contact with the Irish and Scottish communities there.
Me llamo José Gabriel Llamosa.
My name is Gabriel Jose Llamosa. I'm from Mexico City. I studied administration, but now my profession is being a musician of Scottish bagpipes.
Me llamo Irene. Tengo 22 años.
My name is Irene. I'm 22. I play the bagpipes. I study music and music composition.
De forma particular.
Yo soy Miguel Vega.
I'm Miguel Vega. I play the snare drum and I'm from here, Mexico City.
Y soy de aquí del Distrito Federal.
Ever since I was very young, I decided I wanted to play the bagpipes. So eventually when I grew up, I decided to go to Scotland and learn how to play the bagpipes.
It has been more fulfilling than my studies. I'm very happy doing this.
La música es.
Basically, music is my passion, and so that is what I do with most of my time.
Es muy rica en muchas partes.
It is rich in many ways, even though it is just a group of bagpipes and drums. Amid the musical structure, when you involve yourself more, that is when it becomes much, much bigger.
Sí, es grande.
The Battalion de San Patricio, the St. Patrick's Battalion Pipes and Drums, in honor of the
Soldados irlandeses.
Irish soldiers that fought from Mexico in the U.S.
Contra
intervention.
Estados Unidos.
They came with the North American Army, but when they saw that it was an unjust invasion that the US inflicted upon Mexico, they deserted from the North American Army and joined the Mexican Army under the name of the St. Patrick's Battalion.
Y se pasaron del lado del ejército mexicano con el nombre de Batallón de San Patricio.
Well, of course, Mexicans are very musically inclined. And of course, anything that has to do with music, they just enjoy.
To see an instrument like this one, with all these tubes sticking out, coming out of the bag, and all the rest, it is seen as something very strange.
Siempre así en donde estemos.
Wherever we are, there are always people that come up and ask, "Hey, what is that?" For the people who don't know what it is, they ask, "What is it? What are you playing? What is it that you're wearing?" And there are always jokes and people whistling as well.
La chifladera de todo el mundo, pero
That curiosity and that exotic element diminishes a bit when we play Mexican music on the pipes. That kind of connects us with the public. And of course, they enjoy it. I mean, they just can't get enough of it.
Pues bueno, lo que hace tan fuerte el sonido de la gaita.
What makes the sound of the bagpipe so strong is this little reed that you can see here. This reed is from a plant that needs a lot of air pressure, so the two wooden pieces vibrate and make the sound. I was investigating and these reeds vibrate at 500 times per second. That is why it sounds so strong. You understand?
Las cañitas vibran 500 veces por segundo, por eso suena tan fuerte. ¿Me explico?
cuando te involucras como en una
When you are
línea,
involved and lined up with the other drums, we all need to be an ensemble, because it is not about being louder or more important than the other in the drum line. Rather, all the snares need to be together to sound as one.
que te despierta sensaciones, te despierta un
It
sinfín
awakens
de
sensations.
sensaciones
It evokes within you an
pasión
infinite
y
amount
todo,
of sensations
y un
and
gusto por
passions,
esa música.
and a
Bueno, a
pleasure
mí
for
me
the
gusta
music.
transmitir
Well, for me, I
ese-
like to
ese
transmit
gusto,
those feelings
esa
and
pasión
passions to the
a la
people.
gente, ¿no?
We want to see pipey music, develop more here in Mexico.
Yo quiero ver más.
I want to see more youth, young people join in and become passionate with this, so that the band grows.
La banda crezca.
A las personas les ayuda
It helps people see
a ver
beyond the
más allá
socioeconomic
de,
problems
no sé, de
or
los
social problems
problemas
that they're going through.
socioeconómicos
To
o-
be able to bring this
o los
culture
problemas
and that
sociales
it
que
can
se están
distract
viviendo,
people
¿no?
from
Pues
those
el hecho
kinds
de
of
poder
problems
llevar
is
esta
beautiful.
cultura y que
And if we
de
as
poder
musicians can
distraer a las-
influence and
podemos
change in these
influir
types of
bastante
social
en-
situations,
en
well, how good is
cambiar-
that,
en
right?
cambiar este tipo de situaciones sociales, pues qué mejor, ¿no?
Ocho y Medio is a successful initiative that provides independent films and local festivals in Quito to break the commercial film's dominance in Latin America. It also holds a space for workshops and music. Let's go.
Set in the neighborhood of La Floresta in the hills above downtown Quito, Ocho y Medio has served as a cultural and artistic force in Ecuadorian society since its founding in 2001. Embracing the motto of Beyond the Mall, the Ocho y Medio cinema provides a platform for Ecuadorian and international artists and filmmakers. Named after Italian director Federico Fellini's 1963 film, 8½, the organization was founded by a group of Ecuadorian producers and artists who sought to promote the culture of film and create an open environment for those artists seeking to share their work.
They wanted to open a space to be able to see films, the films that they liked, films that they would have wanted to see in other cinemas in Ecuador, but there weren't any. So they said, let's open a cinema. A really crazy idea, but at the same time very brave. And I think very beautiful. Because it's just that, to give the people of Quito a different space where they can enjoy different films. Since the beginning, since it was created by Ecuadorian producers and film directors, the idea was always to let national cinema have a strong presence. It is the house of Ecuadorian artists, whether are filmmakers, dancers, playwrights. It is the house of the artists of Ecuador.
Ocho y Medio has a cafe as well as an outdoor seating area which hosts various musical and theatrical events. It is also a space that allows for the public to mingle with the artists and directors whose work is shown in the center's 2 theaters. Directors from across Ecuador and from abroad often come to Ocho y Medio to share their processes and discuss in open forums the nature of their work.
Siempre el Ocho y Medio ha sido...
Always since the beginning, it has been a space that wants to involve the different arts, whether they are dance, theater, music, and obviously film.
Teatro, música y también cine, obviamente.
Ocho y Medio organizes the annual Bajo Tierra Festival, which shows 30 national short and feature films and brings together filmmakers from across the country. It is also the organizer of the contemporary dance festival Alas de la Danza, which brings dancers from around the world to Quito. Other festivals taking place in the center are The Place Without Limits, which is LGBT in focus, the French Film Festival, the Documentary Festival EDOC, and a European Film Festival.
También quiere ser un
It also
espacio
wants to
de-
be a cinematic space, a little academy, that people can come here and leave the theater saying, not only I have seen something different, but I have also learned something from the film that somebody from Ocho y Medio chose for me.
Alguien que el Ocho y Medio invitó para mí.
The Ocho y Medio concept expanded to the cities of Guayaquil and Manta, where independent films produced in Ecuador and abroad are shown to interested audiences. The organization is a member of the International Confederation of Art Cinemas, Europa Cinemas, and the Latinopolis Network, which connects the cinema to the global film community.
Y sin espacios de este tipo,
Without spaces like this, people don't talk, they don't converse. Here you can see a film, drink a coffee, a beer, a rum, whatever it is, and talk about the film that you have just seen, but also talk about other things also. It is a place of meeting, and I think this is great. And this alone is obviously a support not only to the artists, but I think to the general population. The simple fact that Ocho y Medio exists as a space and is an open space to the production and national cinema, to the Latin American artists, to the Latin American filmmakers already, just this, that is a support by itself, because it wants to transmit that they will always have a space here.
quiere decir que ellos siempre tendrán un espacio aquí.